Hey everyone, it's Gerald and welcome to this video. So today I'm going to talk about how I make a full-time income cryptocurrency mining in Singapore. And that's not to say I only mine cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency mining is kind of automated. There's still some work involved, but mostly automated. But what I want to emphasize is that the income is almost equivalent to a full-time income. The last I checked, it was almost $3,000 Singapore dollars a month. It is really unfair. Like, as a cryptocurrency miner, I definitely don't feel like I contribute as much as, say, someone like my mom who works as a nurse trying to, save lives and protect the country. And it was only after like 2 years into the COVID battle that the government announced that, hey, we're gonna give bonuses to nurses because a lot of them are quitting. So longer hours, tough working environment. For me, I sit on my butt all day watching my rigs, and the numbers are just insane. The economy is not fair. So that's why I hope that, through this video, I can shed some insights into cryptocurrency mining, and more importantly, if you want to get started, some warnings and some things to look out for so that you can get involved in this unfair economic activity known as cryptocurrency mining. Let's start with how I even started, want to make this video. It was because I think a couple weeks back, Calvin Learns Investing commented on my channel saying, hey, talk about cryptocurrency mining, how much I make. So then here it is. I'm going to break down exactly how I make my money from cryptocurrencies, the different components and things to look out for. Let's start off with the basics, right? What is cryptocurrency mining? So cryptocurrency mining basically is solving a computational puzzle and in return getting paid in crypto. So that sounds a little bit complicated. In simple terms, it's basically being like an auditor, right? You verify transactions. So instead of having, the banks keep the records for you, instead in a blockchain, decentralized world, we have individuals like myself, who is a miner, contribute and essentially verify transactions on the blockchain. So there's no middleman, just hardware or machines that are validating transactions. When it comes to cryptocurrency mining, there's actually many various forms of cryptocurrency mining. The most profitable one right now is Ethereum, or known as graphics card mining. But there are also other kinds of mining, like your Bitcoin mining through like the use of ASICs, hard drive mining. There is Wi-Fi mining. There is also proof of person mining. So there are a lot of different forms of mining, but I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details of how to set it up and the different forms of mining. I'm just going to show you the numbers, the profitability, and the cost associated with each type of mining. So of course there are different parts to it. On one end there's the revenue, and on the other hand there's the running cost. So let's get started. The juicy part, GPU mining. So I'm going to just bring up the chart, right, so that you get an idea of the breakdown and everything. So the first thing when it comes to mining, the most profitable part is GPU mining. So for GPU mining, everyone mostly looks at Ethereum mining. For me, in my channel, I also talked a little bit about Zilliqa mining. So Ethereum, Zilliqa, Duo mining. So when it comes to the hardware, I actually spend in total of $18,000. It sounds crazy, but I actually started in February this year, and I started with my own PC, making about like $80 a month, and I was like, whoa, this is insanely profitable. The ROI was like more than 10% a month. So then I started to invest. I think my first $1,000 device, insanely profitable. Then my first $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 device eventually. Yeah, that's how I slowly kind of build up over the months. I think I put all my money in by around the June, July period. So that's about $18,000 in. The last device I bought, like a very big rack, cost almost $10,000, just to give an insight of how I scaled my investments. When it comes to total amount of money that I made, I actually am paid out in Ethereum, but the problem with Ethereum is that the price fluctuates rapidly on a day-to-day basis. So I took the snapshot based on the 8th of November, which was I think 3 days back, so that I can give you a rough estimate. And bear in mind that while Ethereum is at this price, I actually get very different amounts of actual profit because number one, I actually cashed some out when the price was a lot lower, and number two, with the Ethereum that I've earned, I don't actually just let it sit idle in my wallet. I actually lend it out to earn extra interest on the Ethereum at a rate of about 3% a month. All in, the numbers that I'm going to show you, or you see here over here, is just a very brief estimate. So based on the amount I earned, I actually made 2.89 Ethereum based on, I think, how many months is that? 9 months of mining. On average, in dollars term, right, that brings me to about $3,000 a month for total profit or revenue of $23,700 by the way. And for Zilliqa, which is also part of a GPU mining, the same device, I made about $2,300 in total. Yeah, so $3,000 a month. But bear in mind, cryptocurrency mining involves several parts to the equation. So the first part is really electricity, right? So electricity for my setup cost approximately $400 a month, and then there is also hosting. So I don't actually run all the rigs at home because it's super hot, very noisy, inconvenient, and uncomfortable. So I actually host it with a couple of reliable hosting companies in Singapore. So that cost me $256 a month for both my rigs. Bear in mind that GPU mining is not 24/7. There are some times where you need to maintain your device, and there are also parts that go faulty from time to time. So on average, I calculated that my parts replacement is about $100 give or take. So that brings my total monthly cost to about $700 netting. So that nets a profit of about 3,000 Singapore dollars, is about almost 4K Sing minus 700, so about 3.2K Singapore dollars a month, and that's just for GPU mining. So now let's look over at other forms of mining, which is hard disk mining. So hard disk mining, I actually invested a huge amount of money, but I didn't earn anywhere near as good a return as Ethereum mining. So I plow in about $6,800, and that was because it was a scope creep. I actually wanted to put in like $3,000, and then I realized there needs to be some form of scale, and then I put in like another 1,000, and then I had so much difficulty, I then put in another 1,000 and another 1,000, and very quickly it became $6,800. Just like home renovation, it really just creeps up. So when I put in about $6,800, I've earned about $220. But bear in mind, for hard disk, right, it takes a very long time to set up. It took me almost a good 2 months to get set up. So I started in around July, but I was only quote unquote fully set up by maybe end of August. If I were to average out my earnings, it's actually about $55 a month, but the actual earning that I'm making right now, probably closer to about $150 a month, and that's in US dollars. And when it comes to electricity cost, it's super cheap. Hard disk costs like $1 a month maybe. When it comes to heat, when you mine on hard disk, they don't generate heat. But when it comes to ROI, it's almost 1/5 the amount of Ethereum mining. So it's a lot less in terms of return on investment, but it's a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more fun because of the little coding thing I have to do. So that's my adventure with hard disk mining. So when it comes to the last part, which is CPU mining, it is almost not recommended unless you have like free utilities or you just want to play around with CPU mining for fun. So for CPU mining, it's mostly mining Monero coin. For me, I actually earned a total of $120, but I mostly stopped mining Monero because the profitability is just bad. The heat damage to my parts is just not worth the amount of money that I make. In total, if I were to estimate every single month, I can make about $20 a month, but I think that the damage it caused to the parts would probably be more than the money that I make from $20 a month. So that's for CPU mining. So in total, if I were to estimate, it is definitely very profitable to mine, even if you are in like a big city in Singapore. And this electricity rate, by the way, includes the 26 cents electricity hike. That's the numbers that I'm getting. Previously, before the electricity hike, the profitability was even higher. It was just mind-boggling how much money you can make from Ethereum mining. But if you want to get started, please be careful of several things, and that is scalability issues, the heat, the noise, whether your family can take it. So the last thing I want is for you to get started, dive head in and then realize, oh, your family is not supportive, you have problems trying to getting started mining in your home. So my suggestion is just to start small, see if everything is fine, you are okay with the setup process. It takes a while to set up, to learn the whole process. Once it's good, the numbers great, then you can start to, scale and then figure out the logistical problems, like where are you going to find enough electricity without burning down your house to set up like a proper mining farm. So with that said, I hope this video was helpful. And here's one tip to really tell that you are a true cryptocurrency miner. And that is, when you receive keys to your new house, the first thing you see is all the power sockets in your flat, and then you realize, ka-ching, more mining rigs. So that's when you know you're a true cryptocurrency miner. But that's it. Take care. And if you have any questions regarding cryptocurrency mining, ask me in the comment section below. I can talk about all the technical stuff and help you as best as I can. And see you around. Take care.